are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Let's go.
Help me! Help me! Help! Help! Help!
Let's go.
Help! Help! Help me! Help me!
Wada wada wada, wada wada.
Help me!
Wada wada wada, wada wada. Wada wada wada. Wada wada wada, wada wada. Let's go.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
I love you.
I love you, too.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Bon voyage. Let's attack. Let's attack. Zone. Last zone. Congratulations. Good luck.